Okay, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, these are all the ways. Now, wait, folks. Wait, easy. If you go to our Facebook page, find Team FYN Sports Facebook page and our YouTube channel. We will be live on the YouTube channel. And then we will be bringing it on FYNTV later today. So if you're watching on the YouTube channel, you should be able to get it immediately. But if you're watching on FYNTV at 10 o'clock, you don't want to miss, because we broadcast it on YouTube and Team FYN Sports and all the Facebook pages. Instant replay with Dave Garner. You don't want to miss this show. There's a couple things that's going to happen in this show, okay? And we should go blast this out now and make sure people know. North Carolina, Murphy, Cherokee County, Murphy Bulldogs state champions. Luther was there. He was on the sideline. I think he maybe even got in for a play, but he was there, and he's going to tell you everything about it. He's got interviews and everything. So it's Bulldog Day here on Instant Replay, so you want to check that out. Facebook only. Oh, yeah, Facebook only. Oh, Facebook only. All right, we'll run it on YouTube and FYN TV later. Okay, that's right, Facebook only. So second, Chris Parker. We got an interview. Luther did an interview with Chris Parker. I don't know how much they're playing of that interview this morning. Maybe some clips or a little bit of it. I don't know. But they may play the whole entire interview with Coach Parker. Second, they'll be bringing you a couple notes. I spoke to Coach Nelson, the new coach. We're talking about that. I spoke to him the other night. Give you a little note there. And an update on the Gilmer Bombcat coaching situation. We have one right here. Yes, we do. Okay, so let's get back to the last couple minutes we have. They don't have the votes, folks. They don't have the votes. That's what they are saying. So it doesn't matter. Pelosi said you don't have the votes. Okay? Number 7, border wall. The shutdown. That's our last subject of the day, the government shutdown. Now, senior Trump advisor Stephen Miller blames coyote for death of 7-year-old girl in U.S. custody. There never run stories about the coyotes that actually are paid to bring these people to the border. There's no stories on any deaths that take place during the caravan. No stories of any sickness or illness during the trip of the caravan or when the caravan reaches Tijuana or wherever it may be. But they found this 7-year-old. Now, border security, okay? Now, Nancy Pelosi, and then we'll come out this week and say Donald Trump wants to stop 7-year-old sick little girls from getting into our country and getting the health care they need that they can live. Instead, the little girl is dead. All right, so that's number 8. All right. So what do you want? Do you want a government shutdown at Christmas time? Now, Nancy Pelosi says Trump doesn't understand that people need their paychecks. I tell you what, I have seen, and I could be wrong, I have seen more support to shut this place down, this government. I have never seen this much support. Shut the thing down, okay? In fact, I think lawmakers should work for 90 days. Like is intended. They should go up. They should have a 90-day session. They should pass a budget. They should pass. But no, they want to make themselves worthy of being there. So they'll have 29,000 committees and 1,800 committees for appropriations and 12 committees to study something and another 82 committees to investigate. Because they need to be found worthy of their existence. I'll tell you how worthy of their existence we feel they are. Is the support is shut the thing down. But what did they do? Just in time for a shutdown. You got families. Now they're going to find the families. NBC, ABC, they were all out finding families. This Sunday, if the government shuts down for 48 hours, you will have them this Sunday on the show where they find somebody that doesn't have no Christmas at all. And they had to get somebody to start bringing in Christmas present so poor little Billy and poor little Janie could get a Barbie. You know, Billy or Janie can have the Barbie. I tell you what, the Easy Bake Oven, I'm not going to get in a fight if it's boy or girl. Easy bake oven is a transgender toy. That's just all there is to it. I'm not getting in the argument. But they're gonna find the family Sunday. And they're gonna show you how many families are hurting because of Donald Trump. And then they're gonna say he needs funding to keep 7-year-old little girls out of this country, to build a wall to keep that little girl out so she can get health care that she needs and they lack in Honduras so she can live. Just saying. Now, trying to see if there's anything I've not used this morning. So, they don't have the votes. Please remember, all of the House of Representatives, members of the House that retired, went home. If your House member retired 3 months ago, they haven't showed up for a vote. I mean, if your House member retired last year and said they're not running for re-election, they haven't showed up for a vote in 3 months. Sadly enough, Nancy Pelosi may be on to something, that they can't get enough Republicans to go back and vote. Can't get enough to go vote. They all want to go home Friday. They're not going to show up. They won't show up to vote. Just saying. $5 billion, border security, all right? He doesn't have the vote. Couple quick things I would like you to look at before tomorrow. All right, this is some of your homework. We're getting down to that part of the show. I've got 5 minutes, all right? I promise you, let me just say this, okay? And let me go back to the opening of my email I received, okay? I'm not telling you the next 2 years will be awful in relation to Donald Trump. I'm telling you that every day when I come here, I try to tell you the collusion. The president tweeted it out himself, not me. The collusion in the media, the collusion with Mueller, okay? If they're going to break into an attorney's office, why didn't they break into Crooked Hillary's, the DNC? Well, let's see, deja vu all over again. I think that's what Watergate was all about, breaking into the DNC, the Watergate Nixon. But anyhow, I'm not the one that's going to make it that way for the next 2 years. They are trying everything in the world. It was supposed to never happen. And they are determined it never happens again. Never again. And they are determined that they put anybody out there within my voice today that's worldwide, anybody out there that thinks that they could step up and serve their country. If I thought tomorrow I could serve my country and be president of the United States of America and do right by the American people, how dare you? Don't try it. Don't try this at home, kids. So not only did Donald Trump win, not only did Donald Trump going through what he's going through, they're determined that you never think about it. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you think the next 2 years, if you think Trump gets elected in 6 years down the road, if you think 8 years that Donald Trump can turn this aircraft carrier around, you are badly mistaken. You already have to have a plan to re-elect Trump. You already have to have a plan for who's next after Trump to keep it going. Anyhow, as far as bleak, I'm not trying to be bleak. That's my promise. Trying to be realistic, you read the president's tweets. They're not mine. Because let me tell you something, all right? Let me see. I'm going to get the one I want here. Oh, by the way, Billy Crystal, let's see, Billy Crystal, what was the, Billy Crystal. Bill Crystal, not Billy. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Bill. Billy's different. Bill Crystal's Weekly Standard. Sorry that it had to end that way, Bill. Let's see. Where's it at? Where's it at? I know it's here somewhere. I know it's here somewhere. Jeff Sessions should be ashamed of himself for allowing Mueller hoax to get started in the first place. Jeff Sessions, former Republican, former senator, went to all the classes. Okay. Oh, it appears Strzok was kept on special counsel to replace missing January Flynn's 302 report. We needed to go into that. Don't have exactly the time. Deep state crooks Mueller took down Strzok's 302 report after Strzok was caught in text message plotting against Trump. Okay, there's one we didn't get a chance to go into very deeply this morning that I want to make sure we have here. This is one you want to look at. Trump's top officials in Obama's FBI and DOJ worked Sundays and overtime to plot against and frame incoming President Trump. Comey was there 2 weeks in advance. They laid it all out. Comey's back on the Hill today. Nobody's talking about that. Comey can remember Big Ben's clock. You remember the story? I went into the White House. I stood there. And Priebus left. I looked over and I saw the big clock on the wall. I mean, he had it right down to the detail of what time, where the hands were on the clock that day that him and Trump sat down and Trump supposedly asked him. He rushed to the car and wrote a memo immediately, all right, that he released. To who? Neither here nor there. But then last week he couldn't remember, couldn't recall, couldn't say, I don't know how many times. He's on Capitol Hill. 2 weeks. Do you realize, you need to research this, do you realize that Trump's inauguration, there was an attempt to find him as an illegitimate president just hours, just 2 days. They were going to try to make a move with the Supreme Court, deeming him an illegitimate president based on that they felt he could be compromised by the Russians. Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. I know. Don't be bleak. You ain't seen nothing yet. Let's see. There's the one that I want you to read that I can't find. And where is it? Okay. FBI releases heavily redacted Russian dossier document Comey used to brief Trump. That's not it. President Donald Trump gives shout out to Bill Crystal in the Weekly Standard after it collapses. They say, what do you say? Trump said, I'm not surprised he doesn't go to more funerals. All right. Okay. Where did you hear reported? Now, you may have heard it reported in other places, but where have you heard any of the reporting you heard this morning or the discussion we had this morning concerning Obamacare, Michael Cohen, the Russian collusion, witch hunt, Strzok's phone scrubbed after he was fired? Now, I want you to look at this because, and I want you to turn the tables and think, what if this had said, not Strzok, what if it said Ivanka's emails scrubbed before they could be reestablished and put on a government server? What if this morning Ivanka Trump's emails were scrubbed clean before they were put on a government server? And it was only uh-oh. And when they said, what happened? So, well, I went to my computer and it was black screen and said, would you like the factory reset my computer? And I said, yes. What if that was the case on anything? That all of Jared Kushner's communications were scrubbed. All of Donald Trump Jr.'s tweets have been deleted and scrubbed accidentally. Peter Strzok, remember, Strzok is the guy that does the 302s. Remember, Strzok is the guy in the room when Hillary baked cookies. Was it July 3rd, the day before 4th of July, that the FBI happened to stop by? Now, wait a minute. So the FBI stopped by Hillary Clinton's house with Peter Strzok. She made lemonade, served cookies. They did not place her under oath, right? And they told her they were just there to have a friendly conversation. And then when they walked out and left, anytime it was brought up that Hillary Clinton lied, or we found what happened on that day in the interview to be inconsistent with what evidence was coming out, it was said she wasn't placed under oath. But now they're saying, and this is the Secretary of State / former First Lady / former U.S. Senator / former First Lady of Arkansas. All the above. / no pun intended. Right? So they're making fun of Michael Flynn when he's told by who? McCabe, former Assistant Director of the FBI, which reported to Comey, had the same guy, Strzok, right? Same guy, Strzok, went to Hillary's, right? And he tells Flynn, you don't need an attorney. Just stop by this afternoon. And then all the media is going nuts and saying, you know, this is a general. This is a 3-star general. I think he's 3. I apologize, sir, if you're a 4. He's a 3-star general. This guy knows. He knows the ropes. He knows how it works. He knows what happens. He knows better to go in there and sit down. I don't know. It worked for Hillary. It worked like hell for Hillary to go in and sit down with Strzok. But Strzok's phones scrubbed after he was fired. Page's phone, Lisa Page, his girlfriend, they were having an affair, phone scrubbed and lost for an entire year before it was turned over. Mueller's special counsel team of 13 angry Democrats scrubbed Peter Strzok's phone and turned it over to the Office of the Inspector General. Investigators after Peter Strzok was fired for the special counsel. The IG, let me say, the IG has been asking for these phones for God knows how long from the FBI. The corruption, where is the corruption? Been asking for these phones for God knows how long, the Attorney General. Then the Attorney General comes and they turn them on and they say, everything's blank. I mean, you didn't even leave me a picture of you and your mother-in-law. Everything's blank. Oh, well, we did a factory reset before we sent them over. Folks, I'm not bleak. I'm not a Debbie Downer. I'm none of that. I have not changed one bit of my optimistic view and how much I love this country and what I will do for this country. I have not changed one bit of how much I support Donald Trump, the President of the United States, has not wavered. I've not changed. But I come to you this morning knowing the battle. And I'm going to tell you right now, you need to get in sync with what the battle is because we're in it. I'm your host, BKP. Stay tuned for instant replay with Dave Garner. That's coming up. They got a lot going on, a lot happening in sports, a lot breaking. All right. And then I guess I'll be back tomorrow morning for the countdown, the weekly countdown. Take us out of here, Josh.